Well, it's Sunday the 2nd of June, it's just come up for 8:45 in the morning. I'm trying a different local river today from normal. I've only fished this one before, well just once before, and I managed to catch, so it's a good sign. But since the river I normally fish is closed effectively on a Sunday, I figured I'd give this one a go today. Also figured I'd come out early because, well, first of all, the beat that I'm fishing on is in a country park, so the later it gets, the busier it's going to get. Probably have dogs paddling in the water and all that sort of stuff, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to obviously use the space. But also because I was fishing on my local yesterday, I couldn't get fishing until about 11 o'clock, and it was super sunny, it was super bright. I was fishing from 11 until about 3 and barely any hint of a fish rising. I caught half a dozen fish, but it was all fishing like dry dropper, and every single one was on the nymph. I didn't have a single rise to a dry fly, so I figure if I come out early, the fish might potentially be more active because it's currently just as sunny as it was yesterday. It's supposed to be a bit of a cloudier day, but we'll have to see. The challenge this particular place produces for me is the river itself is very, very rocky and like very different. Big boulders, small boulders, so on and so forth. So wading can be challenging, but the banks are all lined with trees, so casting can also be challenging. So it's trying to find the safe spot, the right spot. Obviously just arrived at the river now, and there's plenty of fly life on. Not seen anything rising yet, but that doesn't mean to say there's not going to be. I'll try to decide whether to start dry dropper or just go straight to the dry fly, see how I get on. Well, I've got myself into the river, got myself tackled up. I did go for dry dropper in the end. Got a olive clink hammer on point with a orange tag pheasant tail nymph on the dropper on point. I mean, as the dry. I am not particularly confident with how this thing's going, but we'll see how things go. There's a breeze coming down, the wading is dreadful. We've got so much stuff in the background. The water level changes drastically. 1 second there's loads of depth, the next there's none. And we're in. That's the one that was rising, I think. Oh, it's not actually a terrible fish. Let's try to get in amongst these rocks. Come on, out, 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 out. That's it. Oh, it's not a bad fish at all, actually. Oh. It's definitely not ready to come in yet. Oh, maybe it is. Yep, here we go. Oh, not a bad start to the morning at all. Oh, right, I'll get it released, get it weighed, all that jazz. Brilliant. That one weighed in at 3/4 pound, which is not a bad weight at all, I have to say. I have just seen another one rise further up, but I still think there's going to be something in this little bit. Yeah, turns out it's a snag. Oh, lost the whole lot. Great. I've seen a couple of fish rising now, so I've ditched the dry dropper and I've just gone straight to the dry. I'm going with a good old-fashioned size 14 Green Whale's Glory, because, well, it's pretty much a go-to staple for me during what is now the summer months. We're in June now. So there are now fish rising, well, pretty much everywhere. I've still can't see what they're feeding on as such. I'm assuming it's something close to being like an emerger pattern or something like that. Well, emerging flies. There's no big olives or mayfly types out at the moment, so there's a lot of small flies, so I've downsized to a size 16 and I'm using a parachute addict. There's definitely no uprights coming down the river, so I think the parachute or the emerger type patterns is probably the right idea. So I've switched to a grey duster, which for me is normally a later season pattern, but give it a try. It's the Dynamite Harry version that Davey McPhail ties. But there's no duns travelling down the river that I can see. Oh. Well, that's had absolutely zero takes, so we'll give that one a miss. Another one I want to try. So special one that I've tried recently. Well, not tried recently, I've tied recently. See how that goes, but otherwise I may end up switching back to dry dropper because I cannot find the right dry fly. Let's see in a minute. Okay, so I switched to a size 18 of all things, olive clink hammer, but the fish have suddenly started rising, so believe it or not, I have a size 20 jig head on the end of it. I'd already hooked into one and lost one. It wasn't a big fish, but I'm impressed that this size 18 clink can hold up a size 20 jig head. I am potentially going to move on because, let's face it, I've probably spooked anything and everything in here by now. There was a group of guys on the bridge watching me, and I didn't want to move on until after they had, because there's a reasonable chance I'm going to fall on my arse wading out of here. For the same reason, I'm not going to have the video on. Just give it a couple more casts. Because the old one more cast always seems to come ring true, doesn't it? Rarely does it make any difference. There we go. Every once in a while though, you do land at a fish. Again, we're not surprised, it's not a big fish. Big enough that I'll use the net, I suppose. Oh, just seen another one rise. Come on. Here. There we go. That was on the little size 20. Oh, it's already spat it, that's good. There we go. Nice little fish. Moved up to a different run. I don't know what it's going to fish like, but can certainly give it a go. Just going to work my way slowly up the run. So I have did a couple of minor changes, well just one actually. Still got the same dropper on, but I changed the dry to a parachute green wells, and I used Fooling Mills light olive dry fly yarn for the parachute pulse. I'd originally got it to create some Dynamite Harries of that sort of nature, but it's just a bit too sparkly. But it gives me a colour other than bloody white in amongst this froth. I think I am going to pull out though, in terms of, I'm not sure if there isn't a sewage thing coming, because there's a very definite chemical smell coming down here now. And it's probably not the best time to be sat in the water, stood rather. So I might take my opportunity to finish for the day. Would have liked to have gotten something else, but hey, you get what you get. Although, yeah, I'll move up this a little bit, because I'm sure there has to be fish in here. And yeah, visibility in the water is pretty poor.